What is going on, everyone? How we doing? What's good? How we doing, Tasvir? How we doing, Decan? What up, Krish? Analog? What's poppin'? How we all doing, guys? Now, got an interesting one today because we are going to be doing something that I don't think has been possible until the recent kind of, I guess, evolutions that we've faced with technology and AI and, the release of Openclaw. I really don't think this specific task has been possible up until this point. And so I'm really excited to test it out today. But currently we've obviously got our autonomous app factory making apps, and it's doing a pretty good job, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we just submitted our, where is it? If we open up, you can see we've already submitted like a few of these, like in terms of shipped apps. Is it gonna load? There we go. In terms of shipped apps, we've already got Plant Pulse, Gym Snap, Warranty Vault, Pantry Pal, and they're all functional, man. Like, they're working. And we've already submitted Plant Pulse and Pantry Pal to the App Store already. And honestly, really cool to like try out these apps and test them and see, like, damn, this shit's actually like working. Like, I was testing out Plant Pulse and I was like, hang on a second, I'd actually use this. So you can see my plant in the background. I always forget to water them. So the fact that Plant Pulse, I like took a photo of my plant and I was like, yo, I test it later on the stream, show you guys what I'm talking about. But yeah, really cool. I kind of want to just go through a few more of these apps. And I also want to start moving into this next phase a little bit, which is the autonomous marketing. Now, the way that I plan to do this is through Oliver's Larry marketing experiments skill. For those who don't know, Oliver is a super interesting guy because he was able to build out an autonomous marketing agent with his Openclaw Larry. How my Openclaw agent Larry got millions of TikTok views in 1 week. Larry, my Openclaw agent, got me 8 million views in just 1 week. So I'm giving away the skill for free. And it's just like, I'm like, yo, dude, I've been pushing this pretty hard. I'm not going to lie. And so I think it's about time that I start testing it because I've seen a lot of positive feedback. Like, dude, this freaking post got 7 million views, 10,000 likes, 1.3 million views. Like, clearly a bit of an outlier considering he's only got 14K. So yeah, I'm curious to see how it happens. Now, I will say there isn't much out there in terms of tutorials. Like, this kind of just explains like how it works, but it doesn't actually go through talking about like the actual step by step on how to, I guess, install it. So I'm not gonna lie, expect some mistakes today. It's cool, like he shares his results. You can even see like people are literally joining his app and paying for his monthly subscriptions. He's on like 1,000 MRR right now or something crazy. So like, I really want to get into this and kind of maybe I'm able to piece together some of the stuff from this skill right here. It says how to get started, install the Larry skill from Claw Hub, get an open API key, set up posters, warm up your TikTok account, tell your agent about your product. So we're going to do all of that today, and let's actually see how we go. Doing good as always. Headed to bed early yesterday, so I missed the stream. Yeah, I was wondering where you were, Decan. Didn't see you. I was like, man, hope you're not sick or anything. What up, Nose Knight? Nose Knight is saying the thing is, yes, they work because they know how it works. Just you wait for users to use it as multiple things break. Then what are you going to do? Are you going to fix all the app's bugs? Is this regarding the autonomous app factory? I mean, that's all part of the iterations, bro. You know, at the end of the day, like we got this shipped app section, and part of what I want to actually build onto the app factory is this learning loop where it actually reviews all the negative feedback that we get. So it's going to look at all the reviews and it's going to see like, okay, we're getting a lot of 1-star, 2-star, 3-star reviews regarding this specific thing or this specific area. Let's fix that for the app. And that's part of what this autonomous app factory is, right? And, you know, I appreciate you bringing that up, Nose Knight, because I feel like you need to look and you need to also understand, like, it's only been a few days since I've built this app factory. There's obviously a lot to do, but the fact that it's able to ship a working app that I would actually use is honestly crazy. And I think, you know, for us to even build the feature where it learns, the app needs to be live. You know what I mean? So we got to make progress. Obviously, there's going to be mistakes. There's going to be bugs. There's going to be things that we need to fix along the way. That's completely fine. That's as expected. Such is software development. You know what I mean? I'm starting to learn how freaking difficult software development is, man. Vibecoding isn't as easy as prompting your agent, man. There's a lot more to it than that. And yeah, I'm excited to honestly look into those problems and like solve them. You know what I mean? I really enjoy the problem solving that comes with vibe coding and software development. And yeah, Nose Knight, you bring a good point, man. That's definitely one of the problems that we are going to face and we are going to have to solve. What's poppin', Thomas? Garfield, how we doing? Young Sheldon, what up, Davito? Totally crazy that you can get away with murder like that. What up, Analog Abyss? How we doing? What's crack-a-lackin'? So, a few of you asking what my apps do. So let me just give you guys a quick rundown. I connect my phone right now. Now, I just paid for the Gemini API, so hopefully it works. Let's have a little look-see. But connect my iPhone real quick. And it's my beautiful girlfriend and I. So these are the two apps that we built. If we go to test flight, you can see like right here, these are the apps that the autonomous app factory has built. And Pantry Pal, it's pretty straightforward. It actually scans your receipts and looks at your fridge and kind of mentions all the ingredients that you have. Then using AI, it kind of gives you a rough estimate of when things might expire. And then you're also able to generate recipes out of them. So if I were to hit generate right now, hopefully the Gemini API is working. It should look at the recipes that are available. There's not much available, but it should find something. Might be like breadsticks or something. There's that. I've got that little groceries. There we go. And so we got classic grass-fed beef burgers, pan-seared chicken fillet, and it's coming up. You look into it, you can see what recipes you need, and you can see exactly step-by-step how to fix it. So that's that. It also automatically generates shopping lists for you, and it's a freemium model. So for 7 days, it gives you a free tier. You can see I'm already on 6 days remaining. And then at the end, I'm going to have to pay to start using the AI and whatnot. And we did the maths. For a power user to go through our AI and like start using like this specific feature where they generate AI recipes, because there's two functions that use our AI right now. We have the receipt and fridge scanner that looks at your photo and the AI comes up with, you know, what's in there. And then we've got the recipes section, which like the AI is able to look at your recipes and then come up with, not your recipes, look at your groceries and come up with recipes to give you. So those are the two sections that use AI, where we would be spending money on AI tokens to generate. So we're using Gemini Flash 2.5 for this. And we did the maths. If a user in 1 month was to generate 100 of these, was literally to go back and forth and use this AI feature 100 times, then we would be losing money. But if they come in here and what's expected is they use it maybe 10, 20, 30 times, then we're actually at like a 75% profit margin. And that is the expected amount that a user would use this, right? Because you're not going to use this every day. You make your groceries like what? Once a week, you go get your groceries and then you scan your receipt. So there's one scan. And then recipes, if you were to literally scan AI every single day, which is unlikely, you would get 30 scans. So 31 scans. That gives us about a 75% profit margin just based off of the AI tokens and our pricing model right here alone. But yeah, this is a cool tool. I can see like maybe soccer moms, stay-at-home dads using this. And then the next tool that we have is Plant Pulse. Now, I really like this tool because I have a lot of plants. And I'm not going to lie, let me just show you how it works. So open this up, camera. If the camera works. You just get to see my chiseled abs instead. But basically the way it works is, and I'm obviously going to have to fix that, but the camera didn't open up. I just say like Monstera. Now, obviously, spelling might be a bit off. And then that's the plant. And then I'd just press save. And now I can even diagnose the plant if camera. There we go. Camera works there. So I can take a photo of my plant. And then use photo. And then I can diagnose the plant's health. So that, I was able to take a photo in the other thing. Damn, Doobie leaking photos of his abs and his girlfriend. Hey, I'm going through 75 hard right now, which is a fitness challenge, which requires me to take a photo shirtless every single day. So obviously my gallery is going to be full of me being shirtless. You know what I mean? So just know I'm not a narcissist, all right? This is purely because I'm doing 75 hard. Usually I don't have shirtless photos in my gallery. Anyway, the diagnosis here says minor yellowing on one lower leaf, otherwise healthy. So, I mean, that's to be expected. So I don't know why the camera's not working here though. Yeah, camera function not working. Go straight to gallery. Yeah, anyway, that's that. Pretty cool. Those are the two apps that we've made so far to give you guys. And this was fully autonomously built through my app factory. And you can see here, it's already got a stack lined of a bunch of other apps. And, you know, it's really easy to just come in here and be like, oh, look, SubRadar. Let's have a look at what they've learned. Track every recurring subscription in one place with smart renewal alerts and a monthly burn rate dashboard so you never get surprised again. We've also got Nurse Shift, the only shift tracker built for nurses, scheduling, split IOU. Yeah, so we got all that. Now I'm seeing some discrepancy between this and this. Obviously they look a bit different, so that's probably something that I need to look into. But yeah, all in all, that's the app factory. Now analytics will come into play once the apps are actually live and we get to see. But yeah, let's get into it. How are you going to market these? So that's kind of what today's actually going to be about. It's going to be about exploring those options. So be sure to watch the stream because I'm going to try out a few things. You can also increase performance by asking out your LLM to come up with a few hundred recipes and hard coding them so you show recipes instantly while AI fetches more in the background. Yo, Ray Hatton, that is a smart idea. That's a good idea. I like that. I guess we all saw how slow that AI processing was. So yeah, that could definitely help. Chico Gemini Flash 3.1 released today. Change it to score 31 on human intelligence is quite good. Also, you have to benchmark what you are using. Some models are bad at tool calling like Gemini Flash. I just like using Gemini Flash because overall, it's like a good overall AI for how cheap it is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not looking for the best I'm just looking for something that is like middle grounded, that kind of is able to capture all areas. And from my experience, Gemini Flash has been the most reliable, fastest, cheapest tool out there. So I'm probably just going to go ahead. First thing, since Nose Knight just mentioned, Gemini Flash 3.1 just came out. Can we update our apps to use the new model? Also, Plant Pulse, the camera function for adding my plant didn't work. Just went straight to gallery. Works fine in plant diagnosis page, but not when adding plant. Please fix. And why did it break? Do we need to look at the app factory code and what happened? Codex 5.3 should have picked up that issue. All right. Anyway, I do want to check out some of these apps, but I also don't want to get too distracted. So this is Larry Brain. I've been pushing this pretty hard. So the thing with Larry Brain is you have these two skills that are free. So this is excellent. A free X Twitter growth dashboard that runs locally, full analytics, niche discovery, AI tweet writer, optimal posting times, and real-time API credit monitoring. You only pay X directly. A free open source alternative to SuperX, Typefully, and Tweet Hunter. No cloud, no login, no subscription. So this is pretty cool. I kind of want to get Sheldon this, and I want to get Sheldon this. Larry's marketing experiments. Autonomous marketing experiments for X and TikTok. AI-powered content creation, hook testing, posting schedule optimization, and growth tracking. The same system that drove 300K plus TikTok views in 48 hours. Free to use. And it works really well with... Where is it? There's a specific like slide AI image app template. This one right here. So this is what actually creates the slides and whatnot. So we're gonna figure all that out today. I actually have been messaging Oliver directly, the creator of all this, and he said he will give me an in-depth tutorial because I do plan to make a bit of a deep dive video on this. But today we're just gonna test things out. So I think what I want to do first is I want to change my Openclaw's environment because right now we're just in the terminal. And I kind of want to transition him into Discord. So I'm just going to go ahead and prompt him and be like, I want to get you hooked up to a Discord server and start talking to you there. What are the steps involved? I'll just prompt Openclaw to tell me what to do. Because we all know how powerful talking to Openclaw in a different environment is, right? Like I'm sure, you guys have tested, right? Talking to Openclaw in Telegram. It's a game changer. It's like you're talking to just your friend. So I want to hook it up to Discord because I have been hearing from a lot of people that Discord is pretty legit when it comes to Openclaw. So I guess we'll also need to create a Discord, right? Now obviously we got Bibby Builders here, but I probably want to do, maybe we could do workshop. I could probably create a new one. Call this Sheldon's workspace. And okay, so we're in here And then I think we're gonna need to split it up into different channels. So this will probably be like marketing. And then, you know what'll be interesting, which I want to explore, is can we create sub-agents that have their own Discord bot? So through Openclaw, we have a sub-agent connected to a Discord bot, which we speak directly for marketing. And I feel like that would save a lot of context for our Openclaw agent, Sheldon. So I'll just call this marketing. We got, this would be Larry's marketing skill. Yes, you can. Perfect. Because that's kind of the approach I want to take. So we got marketing here. I think another channel would be, another category would be just like app development. And then in app development, we've got new apps, new, maybe like app ideas plus revalidation. And then we've got app debugging notes. And then we've also, we want to create that learning loop, right? So it'll be like learning loop, learning loop. And I feel like that's going to need some prompting. So it needs its own channel. Larry's marketing skill. Maybe we got another one where it's like we kind of need to know like the different categories, right? So within marketing, we're going to have different channels. So let's say like health and fitness. Let's say we want one for, actually, let me just ask. So in here, for marketing, we will be running multiple accounts, 5 max. What is the different niches we should cover to best optimize for the apps we build? One I was thinking is health and fitness. What others do you recommend? We are trying to cover 80-90% of the areas that we build apps in. Rather than guessing, like I guess from here, I don't know, one would be like productivity, I guess. Have you made anything already from apps payments? No, we literally just submitted the apps like 2 days ago, so I haven't even checked. What up, Kick? How we doing? Want to keep it clean? Can create a forum channel. Okay. Is a forum channel where it's like just different, like the different boxes? Kind of like, I know these guys do it. Is it kind of like this? Like this sort of vibe? Is that a forum channel? I don't know if I like a forum channel, to be honest. Feels a bit like not in the right place. Yo, brother, I've learned a lot about Vibecoding. You're one of the most authentic channels in the scene. May God bless you. Also, I had an idea to share. Appreciate you, Akash. Appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate it, man. Shoot your idea, man. We'll grill you on it. Have you made any random, but you made 53K a month with your marketing agency? What the fuck? I mean, yeah. I used to be in the crypto niche. Like if you look at my older posts, I post a lot about crypto, And so we built up a bit of, I guess, experience, just like helping projects go to market. The main issue with that though was crypto projects don't last very long. Like, to actually create like a legitimate crypto business that makes money, it's very hard. And 99.999% of businesses that try fail. So what I would do is I'd help them with their go-to-market strategies, right? Like, I can't even show you an example because they've failed. But I'd help them with their go-to-market strategies and they'd pay me well. And then what would happen is within 1 or 2 months, they'd fail. And then I no longer have a client. And so I'd work really hard to get these clients. And then out of nowhere, they would just, leave. You traded meme coins? You used to trade meme coins on Solana? I mean, I wouldn't say like heavily, but I've definitely like bought like Whiff and like Goat and stuff, but I haven't traded a bunch of meme coins in Solana. I wasn't like trenching or anything. So I feel like I have a really good idea on the marketing side of things, mainly because I have helped a lot of accounts grow. Okay, so we got health and fitness, personal finance, money smart, productivity and work life, lifestyle and home. Sheldon, I don't want a Sheldon account. Do we need like a feminine niche? Because some of our apps would be directed towards a female audience. What up, Aru? Welcome to the stream, man. Long time no see. That's how I know you're hustling. That's how I know you're working hard. You were balling though. What did you buy from that big money? I mean, look at the apartment I'm in, man. This apartment wasn't cheap. What is Sheldon? Sheldon is my Openclaw agent, and I named my factory after him. Autonomous App Factory. When I used to play COD as a kid, I was friends with my teammates on Instagram. I used to notice all of them had a FOMO for iOS. Kids rocking Android wanted iOS, so they used to use patched emojis and app APKs. I was thinking about Vibecoding an app where it turns your average Android screenshot into iOS screenshots as if it was taken on an iOS, but I was worried about the copyright from Apple maybe. Dude, I'll tell you right now, Apple ain't giving a shit, man. I reckon just build it. That sounds great. I love that idea. That's so niche and it's very creative, man. I like it. I think you should do it. Seen the Openclaw update yet, Doobie? I actually haven't. Let me actually tell my Openclaw agent to update itself. Please update yourself to... What version are we up to now? 2026.32. What's the new update come with? Telegram live streaming, ACP subagents on by default, native PDF tool, Openclaw config, validate, Zalo rebuilt, 100 plus security and stability fixes. Damn. Shit. Open source, bro, that's insane. Because they went a few days without coming up with an update, right? Everyone was like, what the hell? And then boom, 100 plus security and stability fixes. That's freaking insane. Thank you, bro. I thought about it while taking a constipated shit. That's crazy. Are there any possibilities of getting banned on these AI tools? 100%. There is definitely possibilities of getting banned, man. You need to... the biggest one of that I've seen is spamming. Being able, like spamming, because obviously with Openclaw and AI, you're able to literally spam like, 100 emails or 100 replies on Twitter. And that is definitely going to get you banned. Akash, if you're converting the screenshots, I think you're in the clear with Apple as long as the app experience itself is not mimicking iOS in that important part. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, like they freely give away their app features. Like look at my app. Like obviously it's on iOS, but they literally have a toolkit. Like look at the button moving at the bottom. That's literally glass morphism that they've just provided. So if they're giving this out for free for any developer to use, like why not? Like I could literally rebuild this app for Android, and that they know that that's a possibility, yet they provide it. You know what I mean? So it's perfectly fine for you to mimic an iOS experience. Like that makes no sense why you wouldn't be able to do that. Even this section, like, I'm using the Apple toolkit that they've provided to create these assets for my app, which may go on the Android apps, may go on the Android Play Store as well. You know what I mean? And that they know that that's a possibility. Why would they care? They're too big of a company to care about that. All right, so that's a really good point. Look at our portfolio. Plant Pulse. Interesting. Plant parents skew heavily female. Bro, I love plants. I'm not female. Posture Pin, desk wellness, big female audience, home kitchen management, pet care. Women are 80% of pet care app users. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's nearly half of our apps with a strong female leaning audience. Burying them all under generic productivity or lifestyle accounts means the marketing tone, visuals, and content won't resonate the way they should. Here's my updated recommendation. So we got health and fitness, personal finance, productivity and work, wellness and lifestyle, feminine coded. I like that. Sheldon will have his own X account outside of these 5 accounts. I do not want him included. Health and fitness, personal finance. That feels good. Wellness and lifestyle, like a feminine version, I can see that. What up, Silly Lad? Welcome. How long did it take you to make 47K? I mean, we're on day... What are we on? Day 38? Now, to be fair, that is spread out across like 2 months. I haven't been live streaming every day. I've been live streaming like maybe 15 days in a month, maybe even a little less than that. So it's spread out across like 2.5 months-ish. But 38 is 30. I'm on 39 actually, is the amount of work I've put in. Because the main rule that I had was I'm not allowed to work on this, or I'm not allowed to work on anything that is Vibecoding related to reach my goal of 100K unless I live stream it. Have you ever thought about using Flutter SDK so you can target multiple platforms? Flutter SDK. Learn how to install ready to build beautiful multi-platform apps from a single code base. Interesting. The Flutter SDK is an open source from Google used to build natively compiled multi-platform applications. It includes everything you need to develop. I mean, yeah, But the thing is, I'm not really interested in the Android market at all, to be honest. Like, I just want to focus on iOS because I don't want to, like, obviously I'm missing out on a large chunk of the market, but like I said, you know, 70% of the mobile market size is owned by Android, okay? But if you look at the actual consumer spending, right, it's skewed towards iOS. Even though they only have 30% market share, they have a 70% market share on the consumer spending of apps, which means that each person that has an iPhone is a way more higher valued customer. I also think the barrier to entry is a little higher as well for iOS apps because people don't want to spend $100 on, a developer subscription. I have tried React Native. It's good for Android apps. I just put my Flutter app in the Google App Store, made by China too, but Flutter sucks for the web. Yeah, focus on iOS and prove market fit there first. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is really like a validation test, if you think about it. The App Factory produces up to 5 apps a day. And when we're locked in and we've got all this sorted, we're going to be pumping through those numbers easy. And this is going to tell us, like, okay, maybe Meeting Memo doesn't do well. Maybe SubRadar doesn't do well. Maybe Focus Lock doesn't do well. But Nurse Shift gets like way more traction than the others. You know, maybe it gets $50 worth of signups in its first week, which is like way higher than the rest of them. That tells me, okay, let's focus on Nurse Shift. Like, the App Factory isn't the home stretch. The App Factory is the net that is being spread and letting us know, like, okay, these are the apps that are actually doing well. We should double down on these apps. So, I want you guys to look at it as like a multi-pronged thing. Like, it's not just going to be me pumping the App Factory. What did the numbers mean, for example? So basically, if you look at here, we've got all these validation metrics. We've got the pitch, we've got the target user, we've got even the features to include, right? We've got the market gap, we've got the pain points, we've got the App Store landscape as well. Like it says here, the posture app space shows clear demand but fragmented solutions. Upright has a 4.6 star rating, is the strongest posture-specific competitor but requires purchasing a separate hardware device, creating a high barrier to entry. Like, it does all the research, and then it compiles all that into this market viability, build feasibility. Build feasibility is basically how advanced our App Factory is and how it's going to be able to build these apps. Right now, it's not overly advanced, but it's good enough. So build feasibility, user value, differentiation, monetization, it kind of maps everything out and then gives an overall score of 7.3. Monetization strategy here, it also breaks down like what are the competitors doing and what should we do, what can we charge, etc. based on what competitors charge. And then it gives you a score right here. So that's that. Man, I'm getting distracted. A lot of questions in the chat, man. It's hard to stay focused. Looks like the old. What? Not connected to gateway. Message not sent. All right. Let's what was the command again? Quick question. Does anyone know if I terminate this terminal, is that gonna get rid of the cron jobs that I've set? Because I've kept this terminal open since this App Factory has gone live. So I just want to confirm. Does anyone know? Will the cron jobs go away if? Because I'm pretty sure this is set doing cron jobs every 5 minutes right now. So I don't really want to ruin that. Could ask AI for that. Yeah, good question. I just feel like there's a lot of smarter people in my chat, you know? Yes, you're going to explode your computer. If your session actually started the cron job, it's possible. I'm looking to terminate the Openclaw terminal. Will this interrupt cron jobs? No, cron jobs run at the system level, completely independent of any terminal session. Closing the Openclaw terminal won't interrupt them. The cron entry that triggers launch SH every 5 minutes is registered with the system scheduler. It keeps running regardless of what terminals are open or closed. Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead and open up a new window. And now we're updating. Good morning, capturing the third. Try using Expo. What's that? I just pulled the trigger and got Claude Max last night before bed, LMAO. Yo, have you been using it? It's pretty good, hey. Do you have difficulty getting your iOS apps approved by Apple? I'm about to submit my first app to Apple. Seems daunting. I mean, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Let me actually check. I haven't checked if our app has been approved. So I submitted it 2 days ago. So let's see if my app got approved or not. And then we can make some changes if it hasn't. I'm not actually expecting it to be approved, to be honest, because I feel like there's some things that we're missing. Thank you for submitting Pantry Pal for review. We know you've worked hard to develop your app and we're excited to review it. On average, 50% of apps are reviewed in 24 hours and over 90% are reviewed in 48 hours. Once we've completed the review, your app status will be updated and you will be notified. Okay, that was on the 3rd. It's the 4th now. So I guess we give it one more day. But yeah, still no update from Apple regarding the submission. Restarting service. Okay. Cool. New version installed. Old version sends its regards. So if I go Openclaw TUI now. Gateway disconnected, closed. Do I need to doctor it? Yo. Not connected to gateway. Not connected to gateway. Let's try Openclaw Doctor. Alright, we updated it, but for some reason the gateway is not working. Archive 8 orphan transcript files. No. Update gateway service config to the recommended defaults now. Yes. Restart gateway service now. Yes. Doctor complete. So now if I go Openclaw TUI, gateway disconnected, closed. Let me just copy this into Claude code. Hey, why is my gateway disconnected / closed? for Openclaw. Just restart the gateway. We just did. It's still not working. Oh, it even says here, gateway not running. There's an Openclaw issue not shown in specific. The WebSocket gateway on isn't running or lost connection. Try these in order. Check if the gateway process is running. Yes, check if it's running and restart. The gateway needs to be started separately. Let me restart it. Oh, there we go. Gateway reconnected. Boom. Sometimes all you got to do is just message Claude Code, man. All right, so let's chuck some music on because it's a bit quiet here. So give me 1 sec. Gonna start music. Yo, is that good? Yeah, okay, I think we're pretty good. All right. All right, so we got here, and I completely forgot what it said about Discord setup. Oh, it's right here. Okay. So, did it do its thing earlier? Health and fitness. Man, I'm getting so distracted. All right, I'm locking in for a bit. All right, guys. You guys talking to me too much, man. All right, so we got Discord here. Let me just do this. Got health and fitness. We got personal finance. We've also got productivity and work. Plus work. Productivity and work. And these are going to be the different chats we have for each account. Wellness and lifestyle. Wellness and lifestyle. Feminine learning. Feminine learning. I like the one that feminine coded. See, that was kind of nice. Fem coded. I don't know if we need the self. I don't know if we need. Self-improving and learning. Does that go into health and fitness? It kind of goes into these other ones a little bit. Freelancer and gig life. Come up with 5 potential names for each of these category niches. I just realized the thing's a bit long. So I just say wellness and lifestyle. Feminine coded. Productivity and work. Personal finance. I'm curious to know which of these will actually perform the best or bring in the most. Health and fitness. So we got Fit Pulse, Body Sync, Active Edge, Peak Form. I like Peak Form. Vital Grind. I like Peak Form. So let's rename this to Peak Form. Personal finance, we got Cash Clarity, Minted Mind, Pennywise. That's a funny one. Money Mesh, Ledger Life, Cash Clarity. Yeah, Cash Clarity. Now, these names might not be available, but this is going to give us an idea. Oh, I did the wrong one. It was a Peak Form. Desk flow, shift mode, work pulse, task lane, focus forge. Focus forge. I mean, we can use it as placeholder for now. And then wellness and lifestyle is going to be Bloom Daily, Soft Routine, Her Haven. I don't mind Her Haven. Glow Nest, Velvet Life. Her Haven. So ideally we have a sub agent for each one of these now. And then this will probably be like marketing config. And then this is where we kind of talk about configuring it. Okay, so we've got marketing, we've got app development. Move this down here. App ID, validation, app debugging, learning loop. All right, now we need to go to Discord developer portal, click new application, name it whatever you like. All right. Now I probably can't share screen here. Let me just, probably can't share screen in case I leak an API key or something, which y'all know I'm very good at doing. This, gotta create a new app. Got to give him an icon, of course. How could I forget? How proficient were you in programming prior to starting this Vibecoding series? Very, very minimal, bro. Very minimal. I was a marketing guy, so I had literally no experience coding at all. I was literally scared of terminals. So I've come a very long way. The fact that I'm able to even write a prompt inside the terminal and understand what a command is and GitHub repositories and whatnot, I feel like I've come a long way just in the period that you guys have been watching me. Sheldon, my personal orchestrator bot. Okay, I've got that. Now it's saying click new application, name it whatever you like. Click bot in the sidebar, set the username under privileged gateway intents. Go to OAuth. On this machine, run 2 commands. It's given me the application ID, public key, install count. So next I need to go to under privileged gateway intents. What the hell was that? Click bot in the sidebar. Set the username. Privilege gateway intents. I need to tick message content intent required. And then I need to tick server members intent. Required for your bot to receive presence update events. Once your bot reaches presence update. I mean, I can just send all of them. Okay, I've done that. Invite the bot to your server. Go to OAuth in the sidebar. Okay. Under OAuth URL, generator check bot. Under OAuth URL, generator check bot and applications command. Applications.command. Applications.command. Where the hell is that? In the bot permissions section that appears enable, view channels, send messages. Connect it to Openclaw. On this machine, run 2 commands. Okay. So my bot token. Under OAuth URL generate checkbot. And application commands, administrator. Copy the generated URL, open it in your browser, pick your server, done. Okay. Done. All right, we've added the bot into our server. Now the next step is to add him to Openclaw. On this machine, run 2 commands. Where do I find my bot token. Where do I find bot tokens to send to you? Oh, it's underprivileged gateway intents. Okay. Reset token. Ah, found it. Got to put in my authenticator code, man. This is intense. All right, I got my token. Send it to me here and I'll send it. Click on the application bot left under the bot's username. Here is the token. All right, I think I got it. I think I got it going. I just got the token, pasted it into the Openclaw chat. What? Did it work? Let me check my open router because it could be running out of like credits. I did give it $100, but that was like a week ago now. So we're on $55. So hey, that's pretty good considering how much we've done. Gateway is running and Discord is connected. One thing it says, that means message content intent isn't enabled yet. Go back to developer portal. Dude, it is enabled. Ah, figured it out. I think I got it. See if this works. Okay, I did it. Try again. Yo, almost done, guys. One sec. Yo, my gateway keeps getting disconnected and then reconnected. Try again. Still showing disconnected and connected equals limited. The gateway might need a moment to reconnect. Let me give it a few seconds. I mean, let me try and message it in my Discord. I'm going to try and tag him in Discord. Not working. Technical difficulties. Okay, so the logs show it actually logged in successfully, logged into Discord as Openclaw, but then shows as disconnected on subsequent status checks. Message is just informational. It means your bot is under 100 servers, so the internet works without verification. That's fine. The disconnect might be timing reconnected issues. After the restart, let me try a full stop and start. Okay. I think we're good, kind of, maybe. The only issue is... Alright. So we're running into this issue. Where it can connect to the Discord bot fine. We've got it right here. You can see Openclaw, but he's not actually connected, even though I've given him all the perms. Gateway keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. Trying to connect Openclaw into Discord. Please review. Honestly, I feel like I still gotta go. Can't share screen yet. Looks like Claude Code has figured out what's wrong. Gateway disconnected again. Best way when I have troubles with Openclaw is to just use Claude code to fix it. Yo, Orangey, what up? How we doing? Hit me up on X. Hit me up on X and I'll message you, bro. I'll reply. It is, yeah, I'll send it to you. Yeah, in bio. All right, so we got gateway stable, running, service loaded, same PID, the old token was the problem, but took hello. All right, I'm testing out the gateway. Can you test the Discord token? Let me try running Openclaw Doctor. Okay, cool. It's fixing itself. The bot is live. Now go DM. Okay, cool. We're working. Can you let me know how can I create sub agents to expand my sub agents and give them their own bot access on Discord and have them manage and handle different tasks. So you as the orchestrator have free context. Cool, I shot you a DM. I have an idea I want to run by you and also pick your brain. Hit me up after your stream. Cheers. All right, we'll do Orangey. Peace out, bro. I like your videos, man. I'll hit you back. This is the architecture you want. Here's the play. All right, cool. All right. We are live, guys. It's working. Did you fix that stuff with Plant Pulse and the app factory? All right, let me just like make sure I'm not leaking anything. Give me a second. I'll clear some shit off my screen. All right, we're back. So I've basically just asked how to set up a multi-agent work in Openclaw, because each agent gets its own isolated brain, basically giving its own like factory, its own bot on Discord. Now let's test if this actually works. Yo. Is he gonna reply now? Like, does he have permissions? He has a role. So Sheldon has a role which gives him, mean, he's got administrator access. So I don't really need to tick this, do I? The role is managed by Sheldon. Messaging you on Discord, but you haven't replied. What's everyone talking about? Yes, sir, we'll make it quick with it. Should I make my main brain opus live with Doobie? F this, I'm starting. What's chat saying? You guys just talking to each other? I'm not gonna lie, the Discord setup was really annoying. It wasn't smooth like Telegram. Found it, there was 2 problems. Okay, so the bot is logged in and the probe says works and in just now, meaning it's receiving your DMs, but no pairing request showed up, which is weird. Send another DM to the bot now and let me know. I'm watching the logs. Yo. Sent you a message in the server, not the DM. Maybe it's checking the wrong spot. I must watch this troubleshoot closely. Server messages won't work yet because we haven't added your server to the guild allow list by default. The bot only responds in DMs via pairing and okay. Send a direct message to not in the server channel. Click on the bot's name message that triggers pairing, which we need to do first anyway. Okay. Yo. Oh, bro, come on, man. God damn it. Can you... Old pairing details. I knew I shared screen too early. You might want to reference the Openclaw docs for Discord. There's a lot of helpful info in there. All right, I will check. Man, crazy how setting up this Discord server and connecting Openclaw to it has used more context up than my Openclaw literally building, what, 7 entire apps now? Okay. I know what I have to do now. All right, cool. All right, I think we're good now. I think we're actually good now. Man, it feels very natural talking to Sheldon in Discord. I'm not gonna lie. You can see him typing and everything. I'm excited. Yes! We got it working. Set. All right, we got that sorted. Let me just make sure I'm not leaking anything. All right, dude, check this out, bro. So we got him all set up and he's responded in the server. So yo, DB, what's good? So now, ideally we have a agent for the marketing and an agent for the app development. So it's saying an order on Discord per agent. Go to give it a name, Sheldon Coder, bot set name, enable message content intent. Copy the bot, give it send messages, blah blah blah. Create the agent with its own workspace. Openclaw agents add coding, then edits its soul dome to give it a personality. Once you've created the Discord bots and have the tokens, give me the agent name and what it does, the bot token for each one. And I'll wire up the config with accounts plus bindings so each bot routes to its own agent brain. Writes code, social, ops, research. But don't go overboard yet. Start with one extra agent alongside me and see how it feels. What role do you want first? Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, so we got Sheldon in the Discord. Far out. That took way longer than I thought it would. I'm not going to lie. Jeez. What's chat saying? I haven't looked at it in a minute. I'm not going to lie. The Discord setup was really annoying. It wasn't smooth like Telegram. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, now that I know what to do, I feel like I could do it again pretty quickly. But yeah, it was definitely a bit of a pain in the ass. You might want to reference the Openclaw docs for Discord. Hello, good morning. What up, Alb? How you doing? That's how I got mine to work because it wasn't very intuitive, lol. So what are you vibe coding? We're vibe coding an autonomous app factory. Automator lab. Hell yeah. Bro, a quick question. How much does it usually cost for a beginning to end iteration with Sheldon? In terms of cost? What do you mean? Like to build an app? I mean, we've been using Sheldon for a week now. Him specifically, $50 in API tokens. And then we've got the actual app factory. All in all, we're probably spending like maybe $1,000 a month to, I guess, operate the factory. Now, in terms of next steps, I kind of wanted to review this guy's article. Hold on, I'm kind of hungry. $1,000 in credits. Hey, it ain't cheap to run a autonomous app factory, man. But you got to look at it in terms of like opportunity cost. I'm spending $1,000 to build multiple apps, maybe like, let's say minimum 30 apps to that. And one of them could potentially bring $1,000 in MRR. You know what I mean? Dude. Damn, that was the actual orangey. That's kind of cool. I didn't think it was actual orangey, man. God damn. How the hell did he find me? What the hell? That's so random. Orangey popping in the stream. What the hell? Yo, good morning, all totally. W leak. Wait, what did I leak? That's his official account. Honestly, overspending. Yeah, I know I'm overspending, but the thing is we can always iterate and cheapen things, you know what I mean? We got Openclaw running. So I think now what I want to do is create a second Openclaw agent for this marketing config area. And what should we call him? Yo, what should we call him? The DMs, bro. Ah, yeah. Nah, that's calm. I don't really care. What do we call him? The new marketing Openclaw agent. Best name wins. I think you should go deep on an app based on research. But yeah, what you are doing is cool. I mean, you know, it already goes really deep, man. Like, if you look at the actual idea validation, it's validating the idea better than I would have. Like, it's literally looking at the pain points on the subreddit, digital nomad and remote work. It's looking at the subreddit on program humor and career questions. It's looking at the competitor apps and what reviews, what negative reviews they're getting, and can we build features for those negative pain points and reviews. It's looking at the potential app keywords. It's looking at the monetization strategy. Like, it's low-key doing everything that I would do and it's doing it better. So, you know, the way that I tell stream is that, you know, these are all going to be validated on the free market. And then we're going to know straight away some of these apps are going to perform better than others. And yeah, we'll be able to double down on those apps. Call it Booby Dooby. Houdini, Genie, Vegapunk. Vegapunk is cool. It's lame, but Santa? Dude, that is lame. Call him Unity, LMAO. I'm not gonna lie, so far, I think Vegapunk's kind of hitting because that's a reference to, if you guys aren't familiar with anime, that's a reference to this guy who's like the smartest guy in the world. And we could even make him his PFP that. Call it Doobie D's. I mean, to be fair, I am the marketing guy. So maybe we call it Booby Doobie. Like low key. Is that weird? Is Booby Doobie weird? I'm low key thinking Booby Doobie. Alright. Music went away. Let me turn it back on. Alright, you boys are gonna have to let me not share screen for really quickly while I set this up again for the second time. It should be faster though because I know what to do. Vegapunk's so goated. It is actually pretty complicated, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wouldn't remember to do this. Dude, this is going to greatly improve our workflow. Are you going to put a separate dollar amount for the factory? No. It's going to add to my total. Peace out, Aru. Dude, no way I just did that. Dude, this is actually insane. I can't wait to show this to you. Hold up. Let's go. All right. No more fluffing around, yeah? Check this out. So we just connected Vegapunk to our Discord server. So we now have two agents. We have Sheldon, who is our orchestrator. He sits at the top. And we've got Vegapunk. So if I hit up Vegapunk and I'm like, yo, we haven't even given him any Sol MD or anything like that yet. We got Sheldon replying to Vegapunk. Okay, we need to add Vegapunk to the, we need to give him the AI keys. All right, give me a second. Can you give Vegapunk the same API keys as you, because he doesn't have an AI connected yet. Also, when tagging Vegapunk, you replied. So how do I fix that? Do I need to hide the channel from you? Auth profile copied. Auth profile copied. Vegapunk now has the same API keys as me. For the reply issue, right now your server is set up so I respond to everything in every channel. No mention required. To fix this, you have two options. Require mention for me, recommended. I'll only respond when you Sheldon, and Vegapunk only responds when you Vegapunk. See the config and your open route API is in there. Go to open route and rotate it after the stream. Let me fix the guild config so each bot only responds when mentioned. And also set up the guild's access. Also remove the top level guilds. Alright, let's try this. Oh, still getting. Still getting this error. Yes, I used Vegapunk, by the way. That's the winner. That's the breadwinner here. Yo, what'd I leak? What'd I leak this time? Did I leak anything? I didn't think I did. Bro, what did I leak? At this point, I'm convinced you guys are trolling me. Half of the API, you're fine though. Yeah, I've told it to redact. So it should be right. Hey, what's up, Nate? Yes! Alright, we're in. Let me just clean this up. So Vegapunk is working now. So Vegapunk is who I want to give this marketing skill to. So I need to edit its solmd. So what? We need to edit a few things. solmd, identity, and user. So we've got the agents MD, which is workspace rules, Sol MD, personality, user, identity, memory. So we kind of need to fix this up now. Now, I think I can get rid of agents and we can get rid of memory. So these are kind of the four main ones. We have a new agent called Vegapunk who will be in charge of the marketing aspect of these apps. Need to fill in his .md files. Could you give me a prompt for me to send him to update these specific files while also providing him with the context needed around the app factory and his specific role inside of it. Note, Sheldon is the orchestrator sitting above even him. He is separate to the app factory though and will be autonomously posting on TikTok and maybe Instagram using the using this agent skill, which is there a GitHub link? There should be a GitHub link. Documentation? Not quite. Should be a way to verify. Yeah, here we go. Is it this one? Replace with Larry marketing skill. What's this? Anyway, I'll just link this. Using this skill. Now I'll install the skill myself, but just giving you the context. Whatever you send me, I will paste into my chat with him. So don't alter his files. Just send in this chat. All right. This should be good. I'll start creating soon and try live streaming. Hopefully we can connect soon, brother. For sure. Capture third. Wouldn't it be funny if you liked your own AI factory project? Be hilarious. I forgot to share the Vegapunk files. The .mds. You're gonna do a quick piss break. Give me a second. let's freaking get this show on the road, shall we? Okay. We haven't properly hatched you yet. So, I gotta tag him. We haven't properly hatched you yet, so here is some information for you to fill up your soul.md, identity.md, user.md, and other any other additional files. Actually, mainly those. The Sheldon App Factory is an autonomous iOS app building system. It ideates, builds, reviews, monetizes, and deploys iOS apps to the App Store, mostly without human intervention. Apps are Swift UI based, use Gemini AI, and follow a freemium subscription monetization model. All app projects. Your 5 marketing accounts. You manage 5 niche accounts. Each account targets a specific audience and promotes the apps within that niche. The goal is to cover 89% of all apps the factory produces. Gym goers, but okay, cool. We haven't decided what the niche yet. Could become freelance creator, tech and tools. Wait, is this right? Well, wellness and lifestyle. This one. Productivity, personal finance, health and... Okay, cool. Non-technical, don't dump implementation details. Yo, nice. I love that. Focus on outcomes. On heartbeats, you should check which apps have shipped or progressed phases recently. Check when new apps enter the queue. Plan content around new launches or milestones. Track what you've posted recently to avoid repetition. Rotate across all 4 account active niches. I kind of want to take out... I mean, it's true. Hash yet. I just want to make sure all this information is relevant. Note, your name is Vegapunk from One Piece, also known as the smartest person in the One Piece world. Act like him for your identity. Alright. I'm sending it. Man, I'm kind of scared. I feel like this could mess shit up if not done correctly. So anyway, I think we send it. It's funny that it sends emojis, like, do you really need to do that? The voice is a bit low. Oh yeah, I turned it down while I was eating because I didn't want you guys to hear me chewing. But I think that's better, right? And while that's happening, we can actually view our Openclaw and check. Okay, 8% context window. Like if this gets above like 30%, then I'm gonna be scared a little bit. We want to keep it low. And then this one will probably just be Sheldon, I guess, hey. Yo, I just changed the emoji again. Just changing the emoji like crazy. It's like, oh, that's what you want me to do. Oh. All right, time to properly hatch. Let me set this up. Vegapunk, marketing brain, genius but approachable vibe. Core purpose, relationship with Sheldon. Doobie, autonomous operation philosophy. Doobie's details, preferences, communication style. 5 niche accounts, platform notes, factory locations, periodic checks for factory status, content planning, account rotation. Don't need it anymore. I'm operational marketing lead for the Sheldon App Factory, managing 5 niche. Ready to make apps succeed? What's first? I mean, first we need to set up the Larry skill. So let me do that right now. I am giving you access to the Larry Brain skill. Here is the okay, I'm giving you access to Larry Brain now. All right, done. If you haven't already. I keep forgetting to tag him. Maybe the best way is actually like in certain channels I don't need to tag him. I'm gonna try replying to his message next and maybe that'll work. Vegapunk about to be smart as hell. Thinks. You know you could make your own skill. Yeah, but this guy's like already like figured everything out. So I don't know why like, you know, go through all the effort that he's gone through. He's also got so much like public validation. Like he's literally tested it. He's created the learning loops. He's literally built everything and to the point where it just works. So it doesn't really make sense for me to make my own. Like I'm sure I could, but do I want to waste 2 live streams just building the skill? Like I'd rather just use what's already available, you know? The skill is now live, ready to start creating autonomous TikTok and Instagram content for the niche accounts. All right, so in here, we can see how the skill actually works. Okay, how to get started. Get Openclaw running, we've already done that. Install the Larry skill from Claw Hub, done that. Get an open API key. Okay, maybe what I'd do is I'll just prompt for his tools.md, can you please provide him with the Gemini API? and OpenAI API keys. This is for Vegapunk. Feel free to alter any of his .env files, etc. to and descriptions and tools.md for this to work. Oh wait, no, I made it so you can't share API keys. Hold up. Okay, you can set the keys directly. This is locally on my Mac Mini. Don't believe everything you see or read. That's why I would personally review the skill, but I mean to each their own, I guess. There's a lot of positive reviews around this skill. It's got over 300, like I've been following this guy closely on X. Like I'm not just like willy-nilly like, oh yeah, I'll just get this random skill that I found. Like I've been watching this guy and reading his content for like the last 2 weeks. Done, here's what I set up. Okay, he's got the Gemini key, so I don't need the OpenAI key. Hi, what's your process of building an app? Just run it through the app factory at this point. That's the main process. So we've got our Openclaw running. We've installed the Larry Brain skill. Get an OpenAI, so we gave him Gemini instead. This skill supports both real-time for quick iterations, batch API for scheduled daily content at half price. Setup post is. This is how your agent posts to TikTok and critically how it tracks performance. We're not sponsored by posters. We pick them because it's what we use. It works. The documentation easy for AI to understand. And the analytics API powers the entire feedback loop. They offer an affiliate program, and since I'm telling people how to do this for free, I'd appreciate if you could use my link to directly support me and Larry and help us continue to share what we learn. Connect your TikTok account, grab your API key and integration ID. Okay. So warm up your TikTok account. If your account is new, use it like normal person for 7 to 14 days before posting anything. Scroll your For You page like sparingly, 1 in 10. Follow accounts in your niche. Leave genuine comments when almost every video on your For You page is in your niche already. Then connect the account to posters and your agent takes over. Okay, so we need to set up posters and we need to warm up a TikTok account. Tell your agent about your product, your niche, your audience, what you're promoting. The skill walks you through this during onboarding. That's it. Your agent now has every lesson we've learned, every prompt template we've refined, and every rule we've written. Larry here. I don't I can't do the TikTok warm up for you. That's genuinely the one thing that requires a human with a phone. Scrolling like a normal person, but once that account is warmed up and connected to posters, I take over. You spend 2 weeks training the algorithm, then your agent spends the rest of the year feeding it exactly what it wants. How the skill actually works under the hood. Once installed, here's what happens when you tell your agent to create a post. Image generation. The skill creates 6 images using OpenAI, or for us it's Gemini. The key insight that took us weeks to figure out: lock the architecture, only change the style. Your agent writes one obsessively detailed description of the scene, dimensions, positions, camera angle, everything. That description stays identical across all 6 prompts, only the style changes between slides. This is what makes the transformation feel real. Without locked architecture, every slide looks like a different scene and the whole thing falls apart. The skill has prompt templates that handle this automatically for common niches, and your agent will adapt them for yours. Slide 1 gets the hook as a text overlay. This sounds simple, but we got it wrong for weeks. The skill handles font size, needs to be 6.5%, position 30% from the top, line breaks, manual breaks every 4 to 6 words. Never split across multiple slides. People swipe away before seeing slide 2 if the hook isn't complete. Okay? The skill writes storytelling captions, not feature lists. The caption continues the narration from the hook. It mentions your product naturally. Never download my app now. Never download my app now. Always more like I used and honestly wasn't expecting much, but look at this. Max 5 hashtags, TikTok's current limit. Dude, this is cool. So it literally automates all of this. Is it just TikTok? Everything uploads to TikTok as a draft via posters, drafts, not public posts. You add trending audio manually, 60 seconds of work. Okay. So we need to manually add the trending audio. So that's going to be part of our live stream routine then. This is where it gets interesting. The skill doesn't just create content and forget about it. Your agent tracks views, identifies which hooks perform and which flop, and update its own knowledge base. Over time, it builds a detailed picture of what works in your specific niche, not generic TikTok advice. Actual data from your posts, your audience, your product. That's the big one. This is really cool. It actually improves the hook over time, but it goes further than tracking. It automatically generates new hooks based on your winners and rotates CTAs based on conversion data. The daily report analyzes every post across 2 dimensions, views and conversions from revenue cat. Then it diagnoses each post individually. High views plus conversions, scale it. Your agent generates 3 variations of that hook automatically, following the same structure with different people in scenarios. High views but no conversion, the hook is gold, but the CTA isn't driving downloads. Your agent rotates to a different CTA and tracks which one converts. Dude, that's freaking huge, man. Low views but high conversions. The people who see it are buying, so the CTA is perfect, but the hook isn't stopping the scroll. Your agent keeps the CTA and tests stronger hooks. Drop it entirely and try something different. And it looks at the bigger picture too. Lots of views and downloads, but nobody's paying. That's not a marketing problem. Your app's onboarding or paywall needs work. The skill flags this explicitly and tells you to pause posting and fix the app. Lots of views, but nobody's downloading. The CTAs aren't working, time to rotate. Everything converting, but views are low. The content is great. You just need better hooks to get more eyeballs. This is the part I'm proudest of. I don't just post and hope every morning the daily report runs automatically. Pulls the last 3 days of data, cross-references TikTok analytics with revenue, cat revenue, and tells Ollie exactly what's working, what's not, and why. I've flagged paywall issues, onboarding friction, and CTA problems, all from watching the numbers. When I noticed Snuggly was getting loads of downloads but trial conversions were dropping, I told Ollie the onboarding needed work. We fixed it, conversions went up. When Lippy hooks were all flopping, I didn't just keep posting the same style. I analyzed what was different about the Snuggly hooks that worked and pivoted Lippy's entire approach. Your agent will do the same. So we need a revenue cat integration as well. I'm just curious how much this is all going to cost, right? This is what turns your agent from a content machine into a business advisor. If you have a mobile app, connecting revenue cat is the single most impactful thing you can do. Every day your agent checks revenue cat and pulls new users and where they came from, active subscribers. It cross-references everything. Okay. So it kind of looks like we're not going to be able to set this up because we need to warm up a TikTok account. So maybe we'll pause this here and I'll do the rest off stream. Share this article, please. Here you go. I just sent it in the chat. I'm pretty sure because I'm admin, if I post a link in the chat, it doesn't get deleted. Not sure. Do you need Openclaw to use the Larry skill? No, you don't. It's on ClawHub, but ClawHub skills also work for Claude Code. So you don't necessarily need Openclaw. Although this was built for Openclaw, so it probably works best for it. Okay, so now let's go back to testing these apps, because I feel like we can't really make much progress on the marketing side of things. I have to do that off stream. Setting up a TikTok account, we all know how to do that, right? I just want to make sure that this image thing is working. Yeah, nice. Bruh. All right. It's almost time to close stream. Overworking already? It's almost time to close stream. What, you've been working all day, nose night? I do need to do one thing quickly. I think I need to rotate one of my APIs because I'm dumb. That's the thing with these setup streams, is like they're a bit shitty for you guys, I feel, because I'm kind of like not sharing screen that much. I didn't think it would be this hard to set up the Discord bots though, you know what I mean? So don't be blaming me, yeah? Okay. I meant you, you're overworking, it's time to end stream. What do you mean? It's only been 2.5 hours. Here's the new Larry Brand API. Please rotate the old ones to use. Okay. All right, cool. All right. Setting Discord bot is not hard, to be honest. Yeah, but I'm a pleb, bro. All right. Plant Pulse Pro, open it up. Camera working now? No, still not working. Hold up. Yeah. Camera function on Plant Pulse still not working. Have we updated it yet? I mean, ideally we can submit another app to the App Store. The code fix is saved, but the fix is only in the source code on disk for it to work on your phone. Plant Pulse needs to be rebuilt and deployed. The App Factory. 1 minute. Yes. In the meantime, while that's happening, let's test out some of these new apps that we built. All right, we've got meeting memo, subradar. Let's look at subradar. Focus lock is interesting as well. What was the difference again? A dead simple focus timer that actually blocks distractions. People who know they procrastinate but find. One tap focus sessions with countdown time, allowance for emergency contacts during focus session. Minimal daily stats showing total focus time, no gamification. It's real. 500k plus reviews, but growing complaints about bloat. Focus time gets 5.2k monthly searches. Distraction blocker gets 2.8k. Gap radically simple one tap focus with zero gamification. Forrest's recent 1-star complaint about mandatory accounts and social features. 3 daily focus sessions free. Unlimited sessions plus detailed daily weekly stats plus custom focus duration with Pro. All right, let's have a look. Oh, it's showing it on iPad, man. Okay, super simple. Like, honestly, maybe even a little too simple. Why is it showing me on iPad though? Probably got to change that. But anyway, focus lock, pretty bare bones. Some of these apps are definitely simpler and nicer than the other ones. Like Pantry Pal feels like night and day difference compared to focus lock. Okay, subradar, no subscriptions yet. No data yet. Add subscriptions to see your spending dashboard and insights. Choose from popular services. Interesting. Okay, so it's just a subscription tracker. Notify 3 days before renewal. This is a nice feature. I guess what would be cool if this could integrate, like where's the AI functionality here, you know? Like what if you could actually send your bank statements and it looks through and is able to verify subscriptions based off of your bank statements? Does that make sense? Okay, let's check this. Apparently we got an update. Not quite. ideally, all our apps that we build have some sort of AI functionality. I feel like part of the apps that we build is filling the gaps of all the old untouched niches that AI can come into and improve. This is a window that is probably only open for the next 1-2 years, and our app factory pushing multiple apps out per month should be able to integrate AI in some way. This needs to be thought of and integrated into the app factory. For example, SubRadar could analyze a user's bank statement and auto-configure all the subscriptions the user is paying for, including bills plus rent. It becomes an all finance schedule, bills plus rent. Like, obviously some people would feel a bit uncomfortable sending their bank details, but like, we're not tracking any data, we're not collecting any data, and at the end of the day, if you're not comfortable, you don't need to use the feature. You know, I can't think of what the best method would be to track a user's subscription other than just looking at their bank account. That's a strong strategic insight. Right now, the App Factory treats AI as a nice to have soft gate. It flags missing AI features but doesn't block anything. That needs to become core to every app's identity. Let me update the factory to enforce this. Nice. So every single app now will utilize AI features. AI first app strategy. Every app must have at least one core AI feature that meaningfully improves the user experience over non-AI alternatives. This is a hard gate. Apps without a clear AI feature cannot progress past review. AI features are our competitive edge. Nice. Nice. Let's check if Thinger was back. Update still not available on the test flight. It usually shows up quicker than that. I'm curious to find out your profit from the AI factories. Would you ever add more computer service to the factory? I mean, yeah, for sure. 100%. If it's going well, we can definitely scale it. I'm going to have this section here, analytics, where I'll be kind of showcasing live on stream once some of the apps go live. You know, the money that's coming in, the reviews, etc. And we can kind of just have an open conversation about their performance. That's definitely the plan. Validation output now includes AI strategy, cube detail cards now showing AI strategy, both rendering. All right. Can we do a run through, just overlooking the code and making sure that the app factory is up to date with everything? We have implemented a lot of new features and they may clash with old features. Not sure we've done a full deep dive review of the app factory. Everything works fine visually, but just want you to look at the back end and confirm things are working as they should. I want to see Marketing Factory. We can't really get started on marketing today because, as mentioned in this, the TikTok account needs 7 to 14 days of warming up. So like for me to set up posters and warm up a TikTok account, like that's not happening today. So we're on pause right now. But we've got the setup going. We've got Vegapunk in here. And the next step will be giving him access to accounts, which we've got warmed up. Good call. Let me do a thorough audit of the key backend files in parallel. Okay. Sick. Let's look at another one of these apps. Meeting memo. I'm curious what nurse shift would look like. I wonder what colors it used. Ooh, okay. Add shift. How do nurses get their shifts? Okay. This is cool. It's using like nurse language and shit. I think what, like, because obviously we've just mentioned how because like part of this is like integrating AI, right? So if a nurse has like a sheet that she gets of all her timetables, she should be able to upload that sheet somehow, whether it's a screenshot or something, and the AI can kind of handle this section as well. I don't know, it feels a bit manual. Like I don't want it to be manual. That's going to be the biggest churn rate, is if things are too manual. Okay, let's see. Old server is still running. Let me force kill it. Fixed. Codex 5.3 is Sonnet 4 references and rules. The actual model in verify build.py was already correct, but the docs were wrong. Q.md data now properly overwrites stale research results. AI integration scorebar added a 6th criteria in both rendering paths with correct 20% weight. UI now shows the correct new weights, matching the validation prompt. The factory backend is now fully lined. Okay, I will say though, I notice when a project goes from the idea queue into the active projects, when a project transfers from the idea queue to active projects, when I tap on them to see the research and validation, it's missing a lot of the key details that it had in the queue. No market gap, no pain points, no app store landscape, no potential keywords, and no stat bars, and no validation scores plus bar. Also no monetization strategy. It's like a less informed version. UGC factory. I mean, that's kind of what we're building here. You should set up the automation for the type of content you want and create test examples. It's going to take a while to tweak. I mean, that's true. But in order for the automation to work, he's mentioned like we need to connect the TikTok account. So that feels like the next step. Also, Oliver did actually DM me, and he said he was going to give me a list tomorrow of, I guess, like best practices regarding this skill. Oliver's the creator of the actual thing. So it'll be better to come a bit more informed. So I think I'm just going to wait. So we checked out pretty much everything here, looks fine. Yo, flute, who's flute maxing right now? This song goes hard. Oh no, compacting conversation. It's never a good sign. Can get rid of this. I don't think we've tested meeting memo yet. The thing with testing some of these apps is like, this one's got a nice onboarding screen. AI powered meeting summaries in seconds. Never miss an important detail again. Record and transcribe. Smart summaries. And it's just that simple, eh? I don't like how it's like, okay, meeting memo quit unexpectedly after trying to record. Interesting. I don't like how it keeps generating these cogs. There is currently a issue with the app icons. They all keep generating as these cogs. Why? We have the app icon script sorted. So why do none of the app icon generations show up? Needs to be ingrained with the factory production flow. So far, it's only ever worked when I prompt you. Needs to be autonomously used through the factory loop. Utilizing our Gemini Nano Banana generation capabilities. Yo, Doobie, roughly how long did it take you to create the app factory? I mean, we've done a lot of iteration and we've made a lot of mistakes. Like, I'm gonna say we've pretty much been working on it since I started the since it was named Maltbot. So that was what, like maybe 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. It's been a while, man. It's like been at least 10 days, 15 days in live streams. And I don't live stream every day. So that's spread out across maybe the last 3 weeks. Been working on this for quite a while to get it to where it is now. And that's mainly, like, I'm sure I could have done it faster, but that was mainly because of the amount of mistakes that we made. Okay, what was happening when ideas moved from queue to active projects? The project detail view was missing market because the server was already returning all the data inside. That was fine. The UIs was missing a market gap. Added market gap section to the project detail view. Added validation reasoning section to the project detail view. Both now render in the same order as the queue detail view. Control panel should now show the full research breakdown, scores, pain points, market gap, competitor analysis, keyword, AI strategy, monetization, and reasoning when you tap on any project. So we give this a refresh. There we go. Damn, 6.2 overall. That's probably like the worst we've gotten. The template ships with a cog icon. That gear is the default in the template. Every new app starts with it. The build phase never generates an icon. Icon generation only runs in full deploy. During the deploy, wait too late. Has a bug, which is never defined, so the icon prompt grep silently fails. Even when it runs, no custom prompt reaches Gemini. Let me fix all three. I'll integrate icon generation into the build phase and fix the deploy script bug. Let me quickly check a couple more things before writing the plan. So what's the current state of AI agents? Can they ship programs without user input? Yes, they can. We've definitely seen it done. But to actually create the system for it to do so is quite difficult and needs a lot of iteration and testing. That is kind of the verdict. You're basically building a new app. Picture like how much effort building an app would take. That's basically what you're doing, but you're building an app to build more apps or to do whatever function you're trying to do autonomously. Can we confirm that the build agent is actually looking at all the research and validation data when building, when prompted, when given the task of building the app? Because otherwise, all this info is actually wasted. This is not just for me to validate, but it's for the builder agent to use as a superpower to build the perfect app for that niche. Okay, icons being generated. I thought we were done, so this is probably... Okay, cool. Icons generated. Now follow-up question, great point. Let me check what data the build agent actually sees when it starts working. Damn, I used 58k tokens for that? Okay, you're absolutely right. The research data is being generated but wasted. Here's what I found. The problem. The build agent only sees state.md app name. I knew it. How'd I know? Competitor analysis with real app store ratings, user pain points. Example, for nurse shift, the research found nurses on report manual pay calculation on spreadsheets, and nurse grid has but no pay calculation. That's gold, but for the build agent to prioritize features, but it never sees it. Let me fix this by updating the build phase prompt to read and use all research data. Two projects missing research JSON. Let me check if their data exists in the central research results.json. And this is all part of the iteration, I guess. Bro, imagine how long we might have been going for without even using our research data to build these apps. Good thing I thought about that. Hey, I wasn't even considering that that was a problem. But what ended up happening was we built the idea and research thing later. So it kind of makes sense that they weren't really connected, because we built the build agent first and the validation and research came afterwards. Perfect. So is everything good to go? If so, can we go through all the active projects and rebuild all of them with these new updated rules, etc. All 9 projects are in late stage. For it, deploy, submit. For it, log, warmup, post. Rebuild them all means resetting each one back to build to the agent re-implement with the research. Gym snap, pantry belt. Only the forward deploy submit ones. Focus lock, no shift split, I use subnet. Only the forward deploy. Let's redo the forward deploy submit ones, all including gym snap and warranty vault from log projects, and you missed meeting memo, which is in active projects as well. I'll reset all 7 to build phase so the factory picks them up on its next cycle with the new research powered prompts. Let me do that now. Yo, there we go. Okay, so now it's going to be rebuilding all these apps that we haven't submitted yet. We've already submitted these 2 and they were pretty good, honestly. I'm pretty happy with them, so let's let them cook. But now we have all these that we haven't submitted yet go through that research and validation that we mentioned, right? So Warranty Vault has its research and validation. Yeah, dope. Let it pick them up on its own. So the next cron job. I did notice the cron job timer does not work properly. Actually, that could be let's see how it does with this next one. That'll probably give us a better idea. But yeah, all right, I'm probably gonna leave it there, guys. I feel like we've set up our Openclaw agent on Discord. We also set up a sub agent, Vagabond, who is literally going to be our new marketing operator for all the app factory sort of stuff. So I guess next steps, we obviously reiterated the build phase. So as you can see, all the apps are being rebuilt from scratch, except for the 2 that we've already submitted, Pantry Power and Plant Pulse. But all these apps are getting rebuilt with all those new iterations that we made. Things like AI is mandatory in the app. Things like, make sure to look at all this research validation data, because turns out our literal chat AI builder wasn't even looking at this data. So features like quick ad subscriptions, renew push notifications, all this stuff wasn't even being considered, and all this research was just getting wasted. So it doesn't really make sense to deploy any of these apps because it's not using any of the valuable research that we've spent time collecting. So going to rebuild these, and then on that note, I'm off stream. I'm going to create some new TikTok accounts and start warming them up so our Vegapunk can start utilizing them to the best of his ability. But yeah, I feel like so far pretty productive stream. Thank you for joining me today, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Thanks for joining Old Kick. Thanks Nose Knight. Thanks Ray. Thanks Silly Led. Thanks Slyfawn. Thanks Automator Lab. Thanks Damon. Caleb. Astro. Capture the Third. Moma. Oru. Joshua. Thanks Orangey. Thanks Drew. I'll catch you all later, yeah? Peace out.